Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Saturday. It's Daryl here. It is bright and freaking early, man. You know it. It's 3 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Okay, I know there's some agnostics, some atheist people that watch my channel. And if you're one of those people, please do not hit the unsubscribe button. Do not stop the video. Don't change the channel. Don't stop this video. I'm not going all religious on you. I'm still thinking what I'm going to title this video. But I'm probably going to title it something. I would like it to get the attention of the right-wing evangelical crowd, the right-wing MAGA crowd. So I'm probably going to use something that appears very religious. The reason I'm making this video is not to pontificate or to sit here and preach or whatever. You know, I've already told you guys. I believe, I pray. You know, it's got a lot to do with my recovery. But I don't believe in pushing it on other people. What I believe is what I believe, and and that's just the way I feel. So don't turn the channel if you happen to be agnostic or atheist. I was inspired by a Democrat, a progressive Democrat from Texas. Okay, his name is James Tallarico, and the link will be down below. There's a link from his own. He's got his own TikTok channel. There's a link right down below, and I'll put the video that I'm talking about right down below. And then I'll put some other articles that specifically talk about this. I think this TikTok video got like I think it said 5 million views. So see, the cool thing about this video, like I said, he's a progressive Democrat. He used to be a middle school teacher, but they're trying to pass in the Texas state legislature. They're trying to pass a Senate Bill 1515 that puts the Ten Commandments be displayed in every public school classroom. Now, for people like me and a lot of other people that watch this channel, that blatantly goes against the separation of church and state. And not to mention, it's exclusionary. It's assuming that everybody in the classroom is Christian. It goes against. Here's a good quote. James Tallarico says that it's idolatrous, exclusionary, and arrogant, and it goes against everything Jesus taught. So he basically shuts down the whole MAGA crowd in this Senate hearing, in this chamber. So let me go over this again. It's Stephen Tallarico. He's a Texas state representative, and he's a former middle school teacher and a proud progressive. So I already like this dude. And like I said, he says it's unconstitutional, it's un-American, and it's un-Christian. So he says, a religion that has to force people to put up a poster is not one that I want to be a part of. And then he quotes, I believe this is Matthew 6:5. And I remember reading this in the Bible. It says, "Don't be like the hypocrites when you go to pray." This is what Jesus. This is a quote from Jesus in Matthew 6:5. Don't be like the hypocrites when you go to pray. Go into private and shut the door. Don't be like the hypocrites that go and pray in public. And Jesus actually says that in the Bible in Matthew 6:5. So he shuts down this whole MAGA crowd. That want to put the Ten Commandments up in the school classroom. It's basically fighting. I guess you call it fighting fire with fire. It's pointing out the blatant hypocrisy of a lot of these right-wing MAGA Christians. What they're doing is blatantly un-Christian, and it wouldn't make Jesus happy. If you happen to believe in Jesus, it goes against a lot of Jesus's teachings. So that inspired me, because there's always been, like I told you guys, once when I was in recovery, when I first started to get clean, I was in St. Francis Hospital, and I couldn't sleep because I was going through withdrawals, and I was awake all night, and there was a Bible in the next to the bed, and I started reading through it, and I started reading the what are they called, those little stories. I can never remember what those little stories are called in the Bible. I can't remember what they're called, but I started getting into it, and I remember reading this one part of the Bible, and this is what I want to get to today. And it always stuck in my head when you talk about people like Donald Trump. You see these hardcore MAGA right wing cult members putting, saying that Jesus brought Trump into America, it's what Jesus wants, or pictures of Jesus and Donald Trump. And I always thought of this. I'm not sure. I think it's Luke 18:25. And I always wondered about this because it also says Matthew 19:24, but I think it's Luke 18:25. It doesn't really matter. But Jesus said this, and he said, this is a quote supposedly from Jesus. I'll say it again. That means he said this before. That means Jesus in the Bible has said this repeatedly. He says, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than it is for the rich person, for a rich person to enter the kingdom of heaven. What does that tell you, man? Jesus, he said it repeatedly, and if you're a MAGA right-wing Christian, what's that say right there? What does that say? As a matter of fact, Donald Trump is in court arguing right now that he's actually richer or more wealthy than what people think he is. So basically he's bragging that it's going to be even more impossible for him to get into the kingdom of heaven because he's so filthy rich. I mean, how else can you interpret this? I'll put some links down below because I'm really hoping for a right-wing Christian MAGA type to try to lecture me and try to spin this in some other direction. Well, that's not what it meant. It actually meant rich in some other way, or I'm dying to hear that explanation. This means that Elon Trump, the richest man in the world, has pretty much absolutely zero chance of going to heaven. So if he's not going to heaven, I'm like I said, I'm fighting fire with fire, using right-wing Christians' own rhetoric against them. If he's not going to heaven, then he must be going to hell, right? So that's pretty much a guarantee right there, in Jesus' own words, that Elon Musk and Donald Trump are going to go to hell, and they have no chance of going to heaven. So it's kind of, do you really want somebody like that to be president of the United States? Probably not. Let me know, please let me know what you think about this. I'll be back later with another video. I hope I didn't lose any of my agnostic atheist viewers or subscribers. Have a good Saturday.